Have you ever stopped to think that behind the news about the Middle East, there is a biblical prophecy that almost no one talks about? A prophecy that warns of a war involving Israel that may be inevitable. Does that sound frightening? That is precisely why you need to understand what you are about to discover. In recent years, the world has closely followed the conflicts surrounding Israel, territorial disputes, military threats, and tense political alliances that seem ready to explode. But beyond the headlines, there is something deeper, something written thousands of years ago in the Holy Scriptures that can shed light on what is happening today. In this video, we will explore this hidden prophecy, one that is rarely mentioned in churches, but carries a powerful and urgent message for our time. We will reveal surprising details about how these current events may be linked to what the Bible predicts, helping you understand the signs of the times. If you want to be prepared and have a clear vision of events that may unfold soon, stay with me. Throughout the video, we will uncover this ancient message and analyze the real facts surrounding it. Before we begin, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any content that can transform your faith and your understanding of world events. Now, to better understand this prophecy, it is essential to know the historical context and the current situation of the region. Let's move on to the next chapter. To understand the prophecy we will analyze, it is crucial to know the historical scenario and the current reality involving Israel and its neighbors. The Middle East is one of the oldest and most complex regions on the planet, marked by territorial and religious disputes that date back thousands of years. Since its modern establishment in 1948, Israel has lived in a constant state of tension with neighboring countries, especially nations like Iran, Syria, Lebanon, and Palestinian groups. Armed conflicts, open wars, and political clashes are part of everyday life, and lasting peace still seems distant. In recent months, events have intensified. There have been ballistic missile tests, military movements in strategic areas, and increasingly aggressive speeches from regional leaders threatening a possible escalation into a larger conflict. Additionally, the development of nuclear programs and strategic alliances increase the complexity of the situation. These real facts not only generate worldwide concern, but also awaken the interest of biblical prophecy scholars who seek signs that current events are fulfilling ancient predictions. Many scriptures, especially in the books of Ezekiel, Daniel, and Zechariah, mention wars involving Israel that appear connected to these current tensions. Therefore, understanding the historical context and what is happening now is essential to correctly interpret the hidden prophecy that will be revealed in the next chapter. It is not just about politics or geopolitics, but about a spiritual panorama that affects the entire world. Now that you know this scenario, let's dive into the main biblical prophecy that carries this urgent and rarely discussed message. Now that we understand the historical and current scenario in which Israel is inserted, it is time to reveal the biblical prophecy that many are unaware of, one that speaks of an inevitable war involving this nation and can shed light on the events we are experiencing. One of the most impactful texts is in the book of the prophet Ezekiel, especially chapters 38 and 39. In this passage, there is a detailed description of a great battle where a coalition of nations rises against Israel, called in the prophecy Gog and Magog. The text speaks of a surprise attack involving peoples from the north who will try to invade the promised land. What draws attention is the strength of this enemy army and the divine reaction that follows, showing that this war has a greater purpose in the spiritual plan. Despite its importance, this prophecy is little addressed in traditional churches, often because of the complexity of the symbols and the controversy surrounding its interpretation. However, by analyzing the names and descriptions present, we can associate these prophesied nations with contemporary countries and groups, which makes the message even more current and urgent. Besides Ezekiel, other passages in the books of Daniel and Zechariah also speak of conflicts and judgments surrounding Israel in recent times, reinforcing the idea of a global crisis involving this sacred region. It is important to emphasize that this prophecy is not just an announcement of war, but also a promise that God will protect His people and that this battle will be decisive for the fulfillment of the divine plan. Understanding these details helps the viewer see the signs of the times and realize that what we live today may be exactly what was predicted millennia ago. In the next chapter, we will bring real examples, recent news, and analyses showing how this prophecy may be fulfilling before our very eyes. To understand the magnitude of this prophecy and its possible application today, it is essential to look at concrete facts and recent news involving Israel and the Middle East region. In recent months, we have seen a series of events that increase tension and seem to reflect the scenario described in the scriptures. For example, Iran, one of the countries often associated with the prophetic coalition mentioned in Ezekiel, has intensified its ballistic missile programs and its support for armed groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon. These actions increase the risk of a direct conflict with Israel. Additionally, we have witnessed strategic military movements on Israel's borders, accompanied by public statements from political and religious leaders announcing an increasingly aggressive stance. These provocations contribute to an atmosphere of uncertainty and fear, making the possibility of war more real for experts and the local population. Natural events have also caught the attention of prophecy scholars. Earthquakes and disasters occurring in nearby areas are interpreted by many as additional signs accompanying this period of imminent conflict. While it is important to analyze these facts cautiously, for those who study the Bible, they reinforce the idea that we are living in prophesied times. Several religious leaders and prophecy experts have already warned that these events are not isolated incidents, but part of the fulfillment of an ancient prophecy. Comments and analyses in documentaries, books, and videos like this help connect the pieces of this spiritual and geopolitical puzzle. Therefore, these real facts and recent news reinforce the importance of understanding the hidden message in the Valley Scriptures and make us reflect on what the future may hold for Israel and the world. In the next chapter, we will better understand who the audience is that seeks this type of content, and why it is so important to so many people around the world. This type of content, which combines biblical prophecies and current events, attracts a specific and highly engaged audience. Generally, those who watch videos like this are between 25 and 55 years old, with the largest concentration between 30 and 45 years. Although the audience is predominantly male, there is also a significant number of women interested in these topics. This audience usually has a strong interest in the Bible, especially its prophecies, and is concerned about the political and social situation in the Middle East. Many are evangelical Christians seeking to better understand the signs of the times and wanting to be spiritually prepared for what may come. Furthermore, this audience values information that combines historical facts, geopolitical analyses, and biblical interpretations, as they believe this complete approach helps to have a clearer view of reality. For these people, studying the Scriptures is not just a religious act, but a way to prepare for the future and find answers to urgent issues in today's world. Therefore, this video is important because it offers knowledge not available in most traditional media, helping the viewer understand what is happening in the light of the Bible and supporting them to maintain faith and hope. In the next chapter, we will delve into the central question permeating this entire discussion. Is the war involving Israel truly inevitable? We will analyze the challenges and possibilities. We have reached one of the most important questions in this entire video. Is the war involving Israel truly inevitable? This is the question many ask, and that lies at the heart of this prophecy. Observing the current tensions and biblical prophecies, it is clear that the challenges are enormous. On one hand, we have an unstable region with conflicting political and military interests that seem to be heading toward an inevitable confrontation. On the other hand, there is the spiritual dimension, where this war is seen as part of a divine plan that will culminate in a great judgment and transformation for the world. Among scholars, religious leaders, and experts, there are heated debates. Some believe the war is a fait accompli, an event that will happen as written. Others, however, argue that there is still room for change, so that the conflict can be avoided through diplomacy or divine intervention. But what we can be sure of is that the moment demands attention and preparation, not only political, but spiritual. Therefore, I would like you to comment below. What is your opinion about this prophecy? Do you believe the war is inevitable or that we can still avoid this confrontation? When I see your comment, I will be very happy because I know you will be greatly blessed, and in return, I will give a little heart to your comment to show my gratitude for your participation. Now that you have commented, let's continue. After all we have explored, it is essential to remember the real value of this video for you who are watching. It is not just about knowing an ancient prophecy or following tense news about the Middle East. Here, you find a deeper and clearer understanding that goes beyond the headlines. This video promises to reveal exclusive and little discussed information that can transform the way you see the world and the signs of the times. By understanding this hidden prophecy about Israel and the possible imminent war, you gain a privileged view to interpret current events from a biblical perspective. Additionally, this content offers spiritual preparation, helping you strengthen your faith and confidence even in difficult times. Knowing that there is a divine purpose behind the events can bring peace and hope amid chaos. If you remain attentive to these signs and want to be truly prepared, this video is for you. It is not just a warning, but an invitation to seek knowledge, reflection, and faith. Therefore, I invite you to reflect and share this video with others who, like you, seek to better understand what the future holds. We have reached the end of this journey in search of the truth about the hidden prophecy involving Israel and the war many believe is inevitable. We have recalled that behind current facts, there are deep signs in the scriptures that alert us and invite reflection. Now, I want to hear from you. Leave your opinion and questions about everything we have talked about here in the comments. Your participation is essential to build a strong and prepared community, united by faith and knowledge. If you like this video, don't forget to leave your like, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. And to not miss any news, activate the notification bell. This way, you will always be one step ahead in understanding the times. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.